everybody, and welcome to Infinity Nikki patch 1.7, known as the Blue Tears season. If I cry, it is because the story is so sad, and not because I bricked my PC and had to spend £600 getting a new one. Normally I don't share live news in these videos all that much. I am mostly telling you this because when I say that I bricked my whole PC, I do mean my whole PC. Like, 2 out of 3 of my hard drives survived, but currently I had to reinstall like practically absolutely everything. I am currently on the wrong sound settings even. This is like as basic setup as I can have. It's nice that my videos, pre-recorded videos, have survived, so that's one good thing. I don't have extra work on top of me, but everything's like brand new. My recording software is brand new, my rendering software is brand new. I am currently functioning on like half a computer because the motherboard, the CPU, the RAM, all that shebang is here. My GPU is not, so I'm borrowing my husband's GPU. So what I'm meaning to tell you is that the chances of this video going like 100% alright is like 11%. The chances of something going terribly horribly wrong is really up there. So if you see like glitches or issues or this video looks a bit wrong, that is why. Now, before we dive into the update, I do want to talk a little bit about it. I am quite hyped about it because it is actually supposed to be a continuation of the story and not just like a festival. Yes, I'm one of those people that was really disappointed in 1.5. This doesn't mean that I don't try to optimistically look forward to maybe some nice things here and there. I like nice things, and the story from the trailer looked quite nice. So I am looking really forward to experiencing it. Another thing, I saw the outfits on Reddit before my PC broke, and currently I'm at, I think, 257 pulls saved up, which means that I am likely gonna be pulling for that outfit that you see on this main menu right now. In order to not to trigger other people's fear of missing out, not making this into, oh my god, look at my pull luck! Don't worry guys, I don't really have pull luck. I'm gonna be cutting all of that pulling out, but if you see me wearing the new outfit, and if you see me sitting in the, you know, outfit making screen talking about the new outfit and which details that I like, I am very sorry. Some of that enthusiasm is just gonna spill over. A lot of people are saving for 1.8 because the leaks suggest that those outfits are gonna be dragon and fox themed. So people that are not doing what I'm about to do and are not spending all of their saved up pulls on this outfit will probably, directions are weird, okay? Are probably gonna get very nice things next patch. But I kind of want this outfit. So without further ado, let's just, you know, dive in and take a look at all the nice, pretty, shiny stuff. And give me a second as I make sure that this video segment has filmed a-okay. Okay, I checked my recording and the feeling of unregistered hypercam is strong. I've made some adjustments, hopefully it's a little bit better. It's why I'm doing this in segments. Once again, my computer's not very stable right now, but I still want to experience the patch, so life, please. So first of all, I thought we're just gonna like look at the outfits together. I will press this button, but we're just gonna switch it off because I don't really want to be seeing a trailer. I don't really care about what Ocean's Blessing I'm gonna choose because in the end I'm gonna be getting the full outfit. So let's just select this. So what is on offer today? Let's just click into the outfit preview. It is this thing. I think it's snake themed. It's kind of weird because the ability that you use, she goes further down into any like source and body of water, and if there's fish in that body of water, then she makes it so that you can fish for longer but get less rewards, which is really fucking bizarre as like a special ability. The thing is, the dress vibe is kind of unique, so I kind of, you know, I kind of want to nab it, so I am gonna be nabbing it. This is the first evolution of the dress, which is in gold. The second evolution is blue. The third evolution is pink and teal. I don't have enough to ever get into the last evolution. We're not dreaming that high. And then the glow up is red. I think I'm gonna go for, well, at the very least, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna reach the first evolution before I reach the full outfit, because first evolution tends to be at 180-ish pulls, the full outfit is like a 200, or if the first evolution is a 200, the full outfit is a 200. With luck, my luck is like at the bottom, somewhere like below the unluckiest persons in the world luck, so I always plan for max pity. But at the same time, in this game, it's actually really hard to get lucky because your soft pity per item kicks in about 17th, 18th pull. Therefore, the average luck is not that far off max pity. Like, it would be very unreasonable to expect to get the full outfit in half the pulls of max pity, for example, which means that most people save maybe 20, 30 pulls if they're lucky. A lot of people still, like, get close to hitting max pity, so, Therefore, when I plan for these, I plan for max pity. I'm thinking maybe I'll go all the way to the second evolution, and then we have this as a 4-star, which is kind of moth-themed. Honestly, this girly is just kind of sweet and cute. Not necessarily my vibe, but I might end up using this or using pieces of this, as I always end up kind of incorporating pieces of outfits that are kind of, didn't really particularly like it myself into other outfits. So I'll find that I'll use like an accessory here and there, and my decision making on 5-star banners entirely depends on the 5-star on offer. So I will oftentimes have 4 stars that are not necessarily fully my vibe, and that's fine. It's good to have stuff. Now that we're done with this, let's also take a look at the store, because I am planning to pick something up from it as well. As you can see, I still have 1,351 Stellarites. This amount has not been changing for 2 patches now, and it won't change anytime soon, because I am now a free-to-play player, and the only way to get Stellarites is to be a paid player, so... So this is just a lantern. It seems like it works very similar to a different lantern that you could get at 1.2, which is you can leave messages for other players. As I have the thing from 1.2, I don't need this one, so I'm gonna leave it unbought. This is the area that I am kind of interested in. I am actually surprised how they shaped this, because there we go. Blue Tears Treasures. This is an outfit, right? And this is also an outfit. But they're not in the clothing category, which kind of sucks, because I know what these look like. I have already technically previewed them, but this is just... it's quite an uncomfortable menu. I thought that maybe they don't have a preview, but they do have a preview. I want this one. This is the expensive outfit, and I have already decided I'm gonna be spending my Stellarites on getting it. The blue version is okay. I kind of really like the dark version. So it's like 980 Stellarites in total, I believe. And the thing that strikes my attention the most is the eye patch. I don't have one of those. I do want one of those, and this is my way of getting one of those, which is precisely why I was gonna get this. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna, you know, get this, and that's what I currently clicked on. It comes with some interesting accessories, like the whole at the back thing, which just kind of seems to be very wavy. Overall, I think I'm gonna be making at least 2 outfits before I actually get to gameplay. But it's fine, I have outfit slots to spare. So now I can get the evolution for 300. This is it sold out. Excellent. I do like some of this, but I'm not entirely sure. Like, makeup's always good, but if I'm gonna spend on makeup, then, like, that's gonna be it for my stellarites, and I'm not gonna have, like, a way to earn them. And what if I want another outfit sometime later? That's a hard choice. We're gonna stay away. That is a very weird thing that you're doing currently, NPC, but we're gonna stay away. And we're gonna just go to evolution, and we're gonna do the whole evolving the outfit thing. What you can do if you're a free-to-play player and you don't have style rights, and you're having like the biggest fear of missing out from here, and you're wondering whether or not you should drop 10 pounds in order to just go ahead and get this, my answer is no, you shouldn't. Because let me just show you something. This is the permanent banner. Outfit preview. Whisper of the Waves. The bottom of this dress is incredibly similar to the dress up for purchase in the store. I don't have it. I don't really wanna aim for it right now. I'm aiming for like the last evolution of Blooming Stars right now, which means that I'm pulling Blooming Stars twice. At some point I will have this, but I know that it's gonna be... It's probably like a year off, maybe, depending. Because I can get about maybe 10 to 20 blue pulls per month. And maybe 2 years off at that point. It depends how many blue pulls the game awards me. So when you start the game, you get quite a lot of permanent banner pulls, and you will be receiving, once again, a steady amount of permanent banner pulls as you play along, the same way that my account is receiving. If you're having the biggest FOMO of your life right now over the store outfit, just get this one. It's very, very incredibly similar. The issues is that I wasn't really aiming for this one, so I do have the seller rights on my account, so I kind of want the whole, you know, store outfit. But you don't need to spend 10 pounds. You can go with this, and it is very, very similar. You probably won't be disappointed. Okay, just a quick update to the pulling. I have managed to do the full outfit in 180 pulls, which, as I said, is about the norm for this game. So my luck hasn't been entirely in the wastebasket today, but like you can see, it's not really realistic to be expecting to get lucky and get your outfits fast in this game, so always plan for max pity.
Anyway, let's go see how special Silken Lakes become. Oh, wait, Nikki, is that someone crying by the lake?
So then, we have gotten a message from Dada that just said that it is the time when the lake gets sad or some shit like that. That makes absolute sense, and she was all like, go and check it out for yourself. And also, guys, Infinity Nikki is by far the hardest to run game that I have ever owned. It runs worse than Oblivion Remastered. I'm pretty sure it runs worse than Monster Hunter Wilds. I can't wait to get a new GPU tomorrow, because this game is very much GPU bound on my side. But recording this is by far an absolute nightmare. And there we go. Anyone invited me to a blind goth party?
Craig, what's wrong?
I miss my grandma.
I miss my eyeballs.
Your grandma? I don't think you've ever mentioned her before.
I try not to. Whenever I think about her, it hurts so much. She was a quirky little old lady. She always carried around an old worn-out notebook full of stories. She used to tell me that every night. The darkness carves out a brand new moon. She'd say there's a hidden kingdom in the snow, and even the little snakes in the meadow have wishes that sparkle. She told me all of that. But she also had a bad habit. She never finished her stories. She always said, I'll tell you the rest next time. But after a dozen or so next times, She never got the chance to finish any of them.
Your grandma had an issue with holding her attention together. Don't hold that against her grandma.
Sound like such beautiful memories. Your grandma must have been a wise and gentle soul. Maybe those unfinished stories were a special gift she left for you.
A gift? What do you mean?
Maybe it was always her dream to write those stories with her favorite grandkid. So she'd start them, and then wait for the day you'd pick up that old notebook, and continue to write, and eventually finish them yourself.
You really think so? I hope that's true. Thank you, Nikki.
I'm pretty sure that it isn't, because if that was true, people would have no trouble communicating it.
Oh, here come the tears again. Craig, are you sure you're okay?
During the Blue Tear season, this is what you're supposed to do. Just let it all out. Cry as hard as you need, and let the blue tears carry your sadness away. Look, I mean, I already feel so much better.
That's great. But what are blue tears?
Oh, just keep walking and you'll see them. There's this whole stretch of glowing blue water. At night by the shore, it shimmers really beautifully.
Yep, we're at night. This is the shore. I don't see it.
This time of year, during the Blue Tear season, people tend to feel more emotional. So, if you see someone like me crying by the lake, don't worry. Just let them cry it out. Sometimes, sadness gets buried so deep you just can't talk about it. But every 20 years with the Blue Tears, you can finally let it all go.
I'm pretty sure you're not even 20.
I see now. The blue tears stay by the water, quietly listening to you, like an old friend who never interrupts. They help people leave their sadness in this season. That way they can step into the future with a lighter heart.
But what if someone's really upset and they don't want to cry their heart out by the lake where others might hear them?
Well, you can always visit the tear bottle vendor and buy a special bottle full of blue tears. That way, you can share your sorrows with the blue tears anywhere, even in private. But to be honest, I still prefer coming here. They say that if the blue tears truly bless you, they might carry you back to the past, so you can make things right.
Mirrorland's traditions are really weird because now we have a depression cry it out party with a chance of time travel.
Take you back to the past?
When I was little, a lullaby passed around Breezy Meadow about the blue tears. I still remember parts of it. Blue tears, secrets kept in guarded years. Upstream I drift, soft and light, to yesterday's fading plight.
That really sounds like all of you children were raised in a cult.
If this is true, I hope the blue tears can take me back. That way I can tell my grandma about the story I've been writing. But it's just a lullaby. I've never actually met anyone blessed by the blue tears.
Is that so? Hey, Momo, why don't we go ahead and see the blue tears? If they can help people mend regrets, they must be special.
Oh, god damn it! He disappeared! I wanted to take a depression party screenshot. Oh! There are dead people over here! Oh, that's cool! Oh no! Let's not explode the dead people. Nikki! Let's not eat the dead people. I only use the dead people as a photo prop. No! Nikki! Stop eating the dead people! Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, it is blue.
Don't cry.
Don't cry.
Before death, I truly lived.
Nikki!
Nikki can see surprisingly well considering that she's missing eyeballs.
Nikki! You finally woke up! You passed out all of a sudden. It scared me.
I did... what?
Just now, by the lake. We were watching the blue tears, and then a voice suddenly started speaking to us. And then you just walked straight into the water. I called out, but you didn't respond, and then you collapsed. Thankfully, a passerby helped me pull you out.
Oh, so that's how dead people are made. You just get mesmerized by the river and you drown.
Her name's Deanna. She's a ranger.
God, you feel so out of place, Diana? I mean, look at me dressed like I'm a Dark Souls character. Look at this all depressing storyline. At the very least you could do is wear black.
Oh, it was nothing. And ranger might be a bit of a stretch. I only just started training. I actually learned how to swim by helping kids catch fish, since I could never get the hang of fishing. I never thought it'd actually come in handy someday. But I'm glad it did. How are you feeling now? Do you hurt anywhere?
I'm alright. Thank you, Deanna. But what about you?
Me? I'm fine. Wait, my bracelet. It's gone.
Wanna cry about it?
Oh no, don't tell me it just fell in the lake.
Bracelet?
Oh, please don't worry about it. That scale bracelet is actually a little odd. It's gone missing a few times, but somehow it always finds its way back. Grandma used to say people, like rivers, flow alongside each other. Things that drift along the water are sometimes returned by it too. Maybe one day, after some twists and turns, a kind soul will return it. I feel a bit sad about losing it, but it was worth it to get you out safely.
Still, your bracelet was lost because of me. Deanna, I'll help you find it.
It's that voice from the blue tears' fault. Without it, none of this would have happened.
Let's completely ignore that we're hallucinating voices right now.
A voice? What voice?
It was a woman's voice. She kept telling me not to cry, and not to let death be how she's remembered. Her tone was warm, but somehow it filled me with such deep sorrow.
Strange. I didn't hear anything. While I was helping you, I spotted some strange blue figures flickering near the water's edge. I was going to check it out, but then you woke up.
Unheard voices. Flickering figures. This is starting to give me the chills. Is that part of the Blue Tears legend, too?
I've only heard the version where you return to the past to fix regrets. Wait! Hold on! Did you hear a response from the Blue Tears? Isn't that supposed to be a blessing? This sounds dangerous. It even mentioned death.
I'm confused too. I'm worried.
Death is a blessing to
It
Nikki.
sounded like she was in trouble, like she was calling out from somewhere far away. But how is that linked to the Blue Tears legend of regret and redemption?
I don't really know either. I've only just arrived in Wishfield, so I'm not too familiar with the Blue Tears.
Nikki, if this event happens every 20 years, I think this kid is once again slightly too young to be asking for knowledge on the Blue Tears legend.
That story, I heard it from a tear bottle vendor I met across the river. They might know more about it. You should ask them.
Great. Thank you, Deanna. We'll head there now.
Okay, I'll look around too. I didn't hear the voice, but if there's another clue here, maybe I can find it. If you need help again, come find me.
I feel so ridiculous that I'm really itching for a depressing photo shoot, but I need a depressing figure to have a photo shoot with. The crying boy has run away from me, and then the stupid blue people, the moment I approach them, I make them pop out of existence. There we go, sharing my handheld depression with a ghost. It may look like butterflies, and the setting is entirely wrong for it because it is kind of daytime now, but just bear with me. bear with me. I wanted a bit of a depression photo shoot, and I'm so glad that I managed to not pop a singular ghost to make it happen. And the other angles were so awkward as well because you could just see blings in the distance, and I'm like, no, we gotta be serious. Gotta be depressed.
The tear bottle vendor should be somewhere close by. Wait, are they that glowing blue thing? Nikki, what are those things?
I like how these ghosts look so out of place because it's becoming daytime in my game.
A wishing one, how could this be? Alicia was killed by the serpent! How could that monster do that?
Madness. Everything's falling apart. At least the serpent handed over the Orosa scepter. Otherwise...
The shadows? Are they talking?
Don't be scared. I'll go ask. Who are you? Why are you here? And what's all this about the serpent killing Alicia? No response.
Nikki! Ribbit, can you hear that terrifying shadow's voice?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, that kills the atmosphere. Please don't talk to frogs.
Ah! A ghost! What? A crow?
Have you ever heard of Alicia and the serpent?
Nikki, you keep on interviewing the entirely wrong people, aka people that can't be old enough in order to have gone through this event more than once.
Ribbit? Alicia? Never heard of her, Ribbit. But the serpent? Oh, that's super scary, Ribbit! They say it's big enough to coil around the entire Well of Fortune, and its fangs are longer than 3 croakers stacked up on top of each other. They say it snatches up all the naughty little croakers. Ribbit! That doesn't sound like a good thing. Oh, wait, can we even still call it a thing?
The serpent killing people. Could that be what the mysterious voice was referring to when it mentioned death? Why am I the only one who can hear it? Is it asking me to do something?
Ah, so creepy! The weird voice is back again! Bye-bye, Nikki, Ribbit! I'm getting out of here!
If I'm the only one that can hear it, why is this frog reacting to some sort of weird voice? Also, another question, why am I interviewing literally all the wrong people? Not like a historian, maybe go and ask the mayor, maybe talk to somebody that's older than 20? But no, Nikki solves these problems by going, I should go and talk to a giant frog. That will help. I hated that I got a whole 5-star outfit and wasn't using it, so the 5-star girly can be blind too. It's fine. I can put a blindfold on absolutely everything and have way too much fun with it. Thank you for summarizing what I just played through, Momo. I would try to explain it to you people, but it's really... So, the ghosts are just yammering about giving the Orosa scepter to somebody that deserves it, serpent deserving it, serpent betraying them and no longer deserving it, and another one was like, ha ha ha, if we throw open the serpentine runes, we can start the war! Woo! I am so not good at following lore.
If I remember correctly, all of this actually happened in Wishfield. It seems these shadows really are echoes from the past, living snapshots of history.
You know what would be great? If I could change my skin tone to something that's a tiny bit more dead.
But there is still one thing that I don't get. Why are they always talking about the serpent? From the sound of it, the serpent named Sith was alive during the Mistvale War. Well, if you can call it alive.
What else do you want to call it?
She disguised herself as the Wishing One's divine envoy, as a means to get a hold of the Orosa scepter. And after that, she even murdered someone.
These shadows, could they be the souls of those persecuted by the serpent? Ghosts trapped here by their regrets?
Possibly. Isn't there a Blue Tears legend about returning to yesterday? Maybe that's what it means. Bringing people back from the past. Like these shadows and that mysterious voice. Maybe she's a person who was alive long ago. She mentioned death. Maybe she was one of the victims of the serpent too. And what we're hearing is an old cry for help.
But why would the blue tears come find us? Whatever happened to her, it's been centuries. She's probably long gone now.
Momo's introduced to a time-traveling plot. Momo does not grasp the time-traveling plot.
Upstream I drift, soft and light, to yesterday's fading plight. Maybe it's not just a cry for help. Maybe she actually wants us to help make things right. But we still don't know who she is, or what regret she left behind.
Nikki, did you hear something just now?
That noise. Someone's following us.
Alternatively, it is a tumbleweed.
It came from somewhere over that way. Come on, let's go.
Look, if you tell me to follow weird glowing dead people, I will so follow weird glowing dead people. I'm all for it, honestly. Yeah, not having eyes is working out really well for me right now.
Ashley! Don't worry, Nikki. I'll keep myself safe.
Gotcha!
I did not kill that Essling, so please conveniently wait until this cutscene is over.
Alright,
Thank you.
Why were you stalking us?
I wasn't stalking you. I was just lurking. Watching what you were doing and trying to figure out these shadows.
Look, somebody with the body frame that suggests that maybe they're older than 20.
That's called stalking.
I just noticed a bunch of shadows suddenly pop up around the ruins. Then you and this weird cat showed up, and it looked like you could talk to them.
So, you got curious?
Exactly. I thought maybe these ghosts of history had summoned you. So I decided to tail you and see what I could find out.
I see now. You misunderstood. We don't know where these ghosts of history came from, and we can't talk to the shadows. But we can hear what they're saying. So, the ghosts of history. Is that what you're calling them?
Yes. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I'm Phoebe, and I'm a historian. I came to these ruins because I'm researching a subject related to the Mistvale War.
Honestly, if I saw somebody looking like Nikki in the wild, I would probably low-key follow them around too, because Nikki just looks so out of place no matter where she goes.
And for this particular topic, I have a special connection. An ancestor who was a fanatic wisher.
I mean, that is completely my fault for having 5-star dresses.
Fanatic wishers?
I have just heard of them in the ruins. I might have heard of them in the storyline previously, but I played through the storyline many, many months ago. So I don't remember the storyline anymore. Well, I do. Snapshots, little things.
I remember. Centuries ago, under the Mist's Veil, the Fanatic Wishers launched a surprise attack. They hit Flourish and Stoneville at the same time. The Arosa Scepter went missing in the chaos. And those shadows we saw, they seemed to be telling stories from that same time. The Serpent disguised herself as a divine envoy and stole the Arosa Scepter. Phoebe, do you know anything about that?
Finally, we're asking someone that might be able to answer.
Strange. Unlike my family, you don't seem afraid of the name Fanatic Wishers.
Well, if you said you wanted to destroy Wishfield and make everyone miserable, then yes, I'd be scared. Actually, no. I'd be really mad. But since you haven't told us why you mentioned them, I figured I'd listen till the end.
If only more people thought like you. The truth is, my family's full of people we're proud of. It's just that one ancestor who joined the Fanatic Wishers. No one ever talks about him. It's like he's a ghost.
So it's your lucky day. There's quite a lot of ghosts out there. Just kind of go and stare at them. I was taking pictures with them. I tried to pretend the two of them were my ma and my pa, but the picture kind of looked silly, so I just didn't post it.
Being afraid of someone long gone, someone you can't even see, it does sound like facing a ghost.
Exactly. But I've never liked pretending things didn't happen. All these years, I've been chasing the truth behind that ghost. Ah, sorry, I still haven't answered your question. That Divine Envoy you mentioned might actually be linked to my ancestor.
Really?
Yes, that so-called Divine Envoy is rarely mentioned. In fact, in all the historical records I've read, there's nothing connecting them to the Mistveil War, and nothing at all that links them to the Arosa Scepter. Only a single journal page I found buried in my family's archives. It briefly mentions that Divine Envoy. From what I gathered, I believe my ancestor might not have joined the Fanatic Wishers out of malice, but for some greater purpose. Nikki, I happened to overhear you speaking to the shadows earlier, so I'd like to ask for your help.
I like to reiterate that we can hear, but they can't hear me back.
Hold up. How do you know Nikki's name? How long were you eavesdropping for?
I'm pretty sure that Momo randomly calls me Nikki at least every 30 seconds, so it can't be. You don't need to eavesdrop for that long.
All of it? The things you've discovered are incredibly valuable. I was actually planning to include it in my thesis. I'll list you in the acknowledgements, of course.
That's tempting, Phoebe. Actually, I've also been investigating a mysterious voice that may be linked to that so-called Divine Envoy. Maybe we can team up.
Amazing. Who knows? I might be able to uncover the voice's identity from historical records. Then you can help me prove that the Forgotten Ghost was actually someone remarkable. In that case, Nikki, I'd make you a co-author on my thesis.
What about me? Me!
Of course, and Momo too. I can't wait to start working with you both.
So, here's the co-author of my thesis, and here's the little cat that really wanted in, that was following them around. It kind of has the same vibe as like writing a thank you page and going, and thank you to my very special Mr. Fluffy Butt. He sat on this thesis before I published it. It was great input.
Nikki, I've cross-referenced several locations where the shadows are gathering in large numbers. I found that many of them overlap with key sites from the Mistveil War. So, based on that, I made some educated guesses about where else the shadows might gather. Let's start right away.
Found you! Nowhere to hide.
Wait, what? Wait, okay. Right, I forgot that I left an unkilled thing in here. Anyway, sure, let's go into the war zone.
Fireflies tend to gather around the shadows. They could lead the way.
Nikki, look! The blue fireflies are moving! Let's follow them!
Are they? They're very stationary. Very stationary. Oh, okay, this one's moving.
Discover.
I'm sorry, Alicia. I didn't mean to bother you. I just wanted to quietly leave these 2 sprigs of soft daisies at your door. My sister headed out early this morning, after you defeated the monsters in that area. She said she was gathering materials for the Wimancer to patch up some clothes. I was just thinking, if there's anything you need, just say the word.
Oh, I totally forgot about mending clothes. Don't worry about it. And please thank your sister for me. The flowers she picked are absolutely beautiful.
You...
Of course I remember. I remember the path to the riverside was blocked too. I'll figure something out. About your sister's eyes, and those monsters. There will be a way.
That voice. Nikki, that's the same mysterious voice we heard by the lake.
So, that was Alicia. The one killed by Sith the Serpent. That voice we heard must have been left behind after she was attacked by Sith. From the sound of it, during the Mistveil War, she was a hero to many. No, hero might not be the right word. The war brought terrible suffering to innocent people, but because of those like her, hope could still live in their hearts.
What a tragedy. Someone like her was taken by the Serpent. Nikki, do you think she was so well loved back then? That maybe Phoebe can find her in some of the history books?
You know, my most frustrating thing is that the trailer makes the story look like it is something entirely different, so I have a feeling that this is like not the entire part of it, and then there's a big reveal, and the fact that I know that there's probably a big reveal is kind of grating on my nerves, because I'm like, no, Nikki, you're getting it all wrong.
Maybe. And if we can figure out what kind of life she had, maybe we'll understand what kind of regrets she had. Then we can help her in the present. Also, she was called a whimmancer. That's a weird title. Do you think people made it up back then because the fanatic wishers didn't like the term stylist? Let's ask Phoebe when we see her.
Strange.
I'm seeing Phoebe right now.
We passed.
Whoops, I didn't mean to put myself in here, but while I'm here, we can try something. I want to look more depressed, which means that my current hat isn't quite hitting the spot. But I have a feeling, this itty bitty tiny feeling, that there is an item that could really hit the spot, but I can't find it right now. God damn it.
Way don't quite match my hypothesis. Nikki, I'd like to check another location later to confirm my hypothesis. Could you help by listening to the nearby shadows and recording what they say?
There we go. Nothing quite sadder as a piece of cloth on your hair. Also, there is a few things that I want to mention. First of all, the dyeing system seems to be working really well for 4-star accessories for me. As in, if I have the outfit glowed up, to unlock a palette for a 4-star accessory, it's only one point that it costs. And those things you can get some free dye palettes. Like, every single week, I believe, you can claim some. And every single time when you, like, beat Mirta Journey, I'm pretty sure. So, what it means is that I do have an income of free 4-star dye palette unlock thingies. And if I'm unlocking shit for accessories, that only costs me 1 point, which makes it cheap enough that the dye system becomes usable. Anyway, I found another sad person, which means that it is the greatest time ever to take a picture. They're not only sad, they're outright dead, which makes this perfect. Like, it couldn't be better than finding a dead sad person. Great mood. I can even, like, point at them if I wanted. Let our sadness run freely. I have a complaint to make. The ghosts are far too glowy, making them very hard to use as a photo prop. And, also, I can't sit down normally in my dresses. It just looks really weird. So, what I'm saying is that in this incredibly sad location, I'm gonna complain that people don't make for the best photo props. It does feel a bit like taking pictures in the funeral, which is why I kind of love it. I have decided to pick up depression makeup, so now I have multiple levels of lips of depression, which I quite like. So if we go to lipsticks, we have this depression lipstick, and we have this depression lipstick, and this also kind of looks like a depression lipstick to me. So I have the choice of all time. We're gonna go with just the lipstick that came with this whole outfit, but depressed girlies are eating good tonight. We're having a feast here with just the amount of items that this game has. I can't wait until it turns into Dark Souls, because I now have the outfits for it.
Hey, did you hear? During the last wishing ceremony, people asked the Divine Envoy to grant them shelter. And they actually got it! They say we can all hide in that huge cavern now! The Wishing One really did send an envoy to protect us! There's still hope!
Divine Envoy. When the Silver Gale left us for good, my children were taken too. Now that the prophecy has returned, maybe they're on their way home too. Please plant a lamp bloom for them. That way they can find their way back.
A wishing ceremony. I guess there are some wishes even the Wishing One can't fulfill.
And the Divine Envoy was actually the serpent in disguise.
But the serpent did build a shelter for them. She tried to make their wishes come true. Was that all really just to win people's trust? Also, something a shadow said earlier was kinda strange. It was like they'd actually been there, back when the Wishing One still roamed the land as the Silvergale. We really need to tell Phoebe about all of this.
Well, when you're hearing about shadows from the past and past people talking, it does not determine how far past this goes, so this could just be the ghosts from that time period. I mean, it doesn't need to be a ghost from 10 years ago. I don't think that ghosts have rules for how old a ghost can be.
Hey, is he okay? He keeps talking to that scale bracelet, laughing and crying, like a conversation. That bracelet. Doesn't it look just like the Divine Envoy's scales?
You don't know the story. He and his little brother fled here together, but they ran into a monster along the way. His brother threw himself in front of the attack. A few days ago, he volunteered to help haul supplies, and the Divine Envoy gave him that bracelet. She said it would bring him protection. He returned and broke down in tears, saying that maybe if he'd had that bracelet earlier and given it to his brother, maybe he'd still be alive.
Nikki, they mentioned a scale bracelet.
Could it really be that Sith made it from her own scales? That she made it to protect people?
But she's not even a real Divine Envoy. Why would she do that?
If it was just about gaining people's trust, they already believed she was a Divine Envoy. Everyone believed in her. She didn't need to do something like that. Unless she was up to something. But he seemed just like an ordinary person.
No way she did all this just to be nice, right?
Wait, didn't Deanna also lose a scale bracelet? You don't think the two bracelets are connected somehow, do you? Momo, let's head to the lakeside and ask her.
Before we head back to Phoebe, let's go ask about the scale bracelet.
Ask who exactly? The ghosts? Phoebe's the historian, right? Not the kid that lost the bracelet. So, before we head back, let's ask about the ask who? Ooh, a picture! The new shop makeup, different eyebrows. Well, very, very nice that she decided to share that with people. But also, I can't just use her as a photo prop. Let's be sad together. You in new makeup, me in new makeup and dress. Yay! Perfect! I'm loving this. A bit too much, honestly. Probably will have to delete a lot of pictures sometime later, but it works. It works. It just works. Did we really go to the kid that lost the bracelet to ask about the bracelet?
One more time, let's circle the lake, just in case anyone's in trouble.
Wait, that actually makes sense. Never mind.
Deanna, what are you muttering about?
Oh, Nikki and Momo. It's kind of a long story. Not long after you two left, a bunch of strange shadows started appearing around the Blue Tears, so I figured I'd hang around, just in case. Why are you two back here?
Well,
this scale bracelet was given to my ancestor a long time ago, when a passing ranger and her companion saved him from a monster. This can protect you from Esslings. Keep it close until you don't need it anymore. That's all the ranger said before hurrying off.
So, like, until you die? Or
So how long
until you
have been
become a
waiting for?
X-Sling?
For generations, this remained unanswered. Back in that age of disaster and chaos, who wouldn't want something like that?
Exactly! A life-saving item? You'd never let it go.
But when someone else collapsed right in front of my ancestor, that's when he understood. The apocalypse shattered the old ways of life, like a storm or a wildfire. Everyone got swept up in it. No one could stand against it alone. The ranger couldn't save everyone, neither could my ancestor, but at the very least, he could save the person in front of him. Since then, that bracelet has been passed along, and our family began to travel. They went from one country to another. The more suffering they witnessed, the more they realized how much more suffering there was, in places we couldn't see.
For one bracelet, that's very profound.
Oh, I didn't want to burden you before, so I didn't tell you. I grew up hearing that story often. I dreamed of becoming someone like that ranger, someone who could give others strength. To me, she felt like a faraway friend, like a star in the sky. I always wondered, all those centuries ago, what kind of person was she, and where did she travel? My family believes the bracelet is meant for whoever dares to go the farthest, where danger lurks in the unknown. Before my grandmother passed, she gave it to me and encouraged me to start my own journey. That's why I came to Wishfield. I wanted to learn more about the ranger. This is where she came from. But these past few days, I haven't had much luck.
What's her name? Maybe we've heard of her.
Alicia. Ranger Alicia. And her friend, Sith.
Wait, Sith? You mean Alicia and Sith the Serpent were friends? Deanna, when your ancestor met her, was Sith a giant serpent?
I've never heard anything like that. If she was a giant serpent, I'm sure my ancestor would have mentioned it.
I mean, you're in a world that has a lot of other species that can communicate to you in English or whatever language you currently believe to be speaking besides humans. You would think that mentioning the species or the general appearance about somebody that you have a legend about might be worth a mention. Like, it's kind of hard to confuse a giant snake for a person, but I don't know, that's just me.
But the bracelets are the same, and have the same power. Just one was given by Alicia, and the other by Sith the Serpent. What exactly was their relationship? Were they allies or enemies?
That era was so long ago. Most of its history has been lost to time. I've been here for so long, and until you showed up, I hadn't heard a single word about Alicia. But you've uncovered a lot. I'm sure you'll figure it out.
You're right. Come on, Momo. Let's check out the rest of the shadows nearby.
Good luck! And please, if you do discover anything about Alicia, promise you'll tell me. You can find me at the Meadow Wharf!
We do not care! We have other things to do!
Let's go back and talk to Phoebe about everything we've discovered.
Yeah, like going and talking to Phoebe, I guess. Oh, there's that's another one. I keep on just being persecuted by bad guys today. Oh my god, this is so great. Everyone is taking sad pictures. This is like sadness galore. We entered the sad core. Oh, I can't. This is giving me so much life. It's making me so happy, and that's not how I'm supposed to be feeling at the moment. It feels very disconnected. Okay, I have a feeling that if Infold wants to sell things, they should definitely sell really, sad-looking stuff, because apparently people dig it.
Hi, Phoebe. We're back.
Just a moment. Let's put the rest aside for now. Nikki, could you help me sense this shadow here?
You mean those two people talking behind you that are fully visible ghosts to me?
I think I just saw my family's crest on him.
Oof.
Nikki, I think the ghost I've been chasing this whole time might be standing right in front of me.
No, that would be me. They would be standing behind you.
I see.
I know that I might look dead, but I'm not a ghost.
No! We didn't get the item yet! We have to go back! Go back? I dragged you all the way out of that cursed cavern. And you want to run back in? They told you there was treasure in that cavern. But not that it's filled with traps and hidden weapons. You told me there was treasure too. But left out the parts where the treasure is just some worthless legend.
You short-sighted fool! Once we find a way to wield the Erosa scepter, there's no wish we won't be able to grant!
It's not possible! People died, and all we got was a page torn from an old journal. It's got nothing to do with the scepter!
Wait. So the journal was taken from inside the cavern?
What's wrong? What did you hear? This means my entire premise is wrong. That journal wasn't written by my ancestor. It was an old record they found in the cavern. The Erosa scepter, the divine envoy. They're even more ancient.
So, the shadows appearing near the blue tears, the ghosts of history, they're not just from the Mistvale War, are they?
That's right. The term Windmancer only appears in documents that predate the rise of the Eight. It refers to those who wielded wind before the discovery of the stone tablets, through more primitive means.
God. Guys, you just discovered phones? Wait, when they said discovery, they might mean an actual invention. I thought they would be like excavating phones. That's a funny thought. Wait. That would have meant that we're living in a post-apocalyptic world where there was already a civilization before us and therefore their old technology is just lying around to be found. Your phones are made from stone? I'm so not following what she's saying.
The stone tablets discovered by the Eight allowed more people to access and use Wim. After that, the word stylist gradually replaced the term Windmancer. So, going off of what the shadows have been saying, there are actually two separate different time periods here. One is from the Mistvale War, and one is from after the Veilfall, but before the Eight emerged.
So there are shadows from two different eras. That's why it felt like the time they were describing didn't line up with the Mistvale War.
So, further in the past, the Serpent posed as a divine envoy and obtained the Erosa scepter. Later, she killed a Windmancer named Alicia. She was exposed, and she lost the scepter. It matches the historical records. After Florawish was rebuilt, the Erosa scepter was in the hands of the Wishing One's statue, until the fanatic Wishers took it.
After that, the story we heard before starts when the fanatic Wishers went into the cavern to find a way for humans to use the Erosa scepter, right?
Yes. About the fanatic Wishers. Nikki, could you help me investigate one more location? I know it might not be connected to the major historical events we've just uncovered, but it's important to me.
No problem. Don't worry, Phoebe. We'll head right over.
Okay, so with my Nikki looking the way that she does, I feel so incredibly out of place because I either want to level up this woman or level down my own outfit just to make this look a bit more coherent. I feel like the main character, which is a very weird feeling. Like, seriously guys, you have access to unlimited styling and this is all you come up with? Just brown? There's nothing wrong with brown, mind you. It's perfectly fine to tailor outfits to look brown and homey, but why am I the only cookie making this weird fantasy style? Why am I running around in literal, like, royal outfits when nobody else in this world is? Come on, like, I am not the only one with the abilities that I wield. It feels like there should be more people running around with clothes that look a little bit like Nikki. Is it gonna be a depressing photo? Oh, no, that's just the one I've already seen. Did we wait all the way until night in here?
What about the records? About how to use the scepter? Were they stolen?
I don't know what happened. I didn't even see what the attacker looked like.
He was just waiting for us to remove the records. We've been completely fooled, from start to finish. It was all a scam! The Wishing One is never coming back. I've done so much to revive him. He should have granted my wish to have the finest clothes and endless wealth.
What are you doing? You threw away the key?
Yes. Now no one can enter the Serpentine ruins. This page here is the only thing I took from the cavern. It better be worth something.
My dude, surely there was something else worth to steal in, like, something called the Serpentine Ruins? You could have taken the whole journal. I mean, sure, apparently it was really dangerous and people needed to be dragged out of the cave, but still.
I'm so sorry, Phoebe.
Greedy. Stupid. Arrogant. Selfish. All this time, the ghost I was chasing was actually like this.
Phoebe, let's repeat after me. Your ancestors don't represent you. They were entirely different people. The only thing you have from them is their genetics.
Phoebe.
No. Don't try to comfort me. Since finding that ghost in the journal page, I've been combing through dusty archives, chasing a name lost to time. I wanted to prove that even someone ignored by history could have lived a life full of glory and meaning.
Okay, all you need is a new person to prove that with.
The truth is, I've been afraid all along. Afraid that one day, my research would yield conclusions I'd rather not find. I've been afraid of the truth.
I think it's okay to be afraid of the truth, Phoebe. What matters most is how you choose to face it. Historians are often confronted with many truths. Oftentimes, they don't match their original assumptions.
That's true. History isn't all glory and triumph. There's also destructive greed, whispered grief, and kindness that burns bright. Sometimes it's these fragile, forgotten fragments that make history what it truly is. Sorry, Nikki. I got a little shaken up. But I haven't forgotten who I am. Whether it's ugly, foolish, or noble. It's my duty as a historian to record it truthfully. Anyway, thank you both for helping me. Our work together isn't over yet, though. I promise to help you uncover the story behind that mysterious voice. So, let's keep going.
So, they kind of threw the key somewhere around here.
Pay attention. Those shadows you found mentioned a place called the Serpentine Ruins, and running into layers of traps. Based on everything else you've discovered, that cavern might be a massive shelter built by the Serpent.
Back to the Serpent again. Well, that explains why we heard Alicia's voice there. She must have been very important to Sith. If they were truly friends, and the Serpent killed her in the end. Phoebe, does the name Alicia ring any bells?
The records are scattered and conflicting. Even the Serpent had barely any reliable records, let alone an ordinary person struggling to survive after the Veilfall.
Then I guess Alicia is just another ghost buried by time.
Yes. The more desperate the era, the more ghosts we find. I have a bold theory, Nikki. Are you willing to take this journal page with you?
No, I'm phobic of paper. I'm very sorry.
Take it? Isn't it a precious family heirloom?
You know the truth now. It's not really linked to my family. But for the theory I'm entertaining, it may be the only clue we have left. I've been wondering, why do these shadows come from two wildly different eras? Maybe the Serpent really was active during the Veilfall, but what about during the Mistveil War? I have a feeling that hidden in that cavern lay the answers we seek.
I see. Thank you, Phoebe.
No need. I'm also curious about this Alicia ghost. Maybe when my curiosity gets too strong to ignore, I'll come chasing after you.
Nikki, be extra careful when you open this. It's so old and fragile.
I thought we only have a page. How are we opening it? Did we bend it? Did we have it in the folder? This is the sacred day we've been long waiting for. Our chosen one begged the divine envoy to show mercy, which is why we have today's wishing ceremony, where people follow the chosen one to the wishing altar, hoping to converse with the divine envoy. The night was long, so the divine envoy told us to place glimmer drops in our lanterns to light the road ahead. As others began to pray, I nervously looked around, terrified that they would discover my wish was too greedy. I want to make a wish that benefits everyone, and since the Divine Envoy possesses the Aurora Scepter, she should be able to help me achieve it. Anyway, Divine Envoy of the Wishing One, please hear my voice.
People followed the priest to the wishing altar, hoping to speak with the Wishing One's divine envoy. Looks like this was torn from a regular person's diary. Oh, Wishing One, please, hear my voice.
That woman that appeared in front of us as a ghost, she looked like she was wearing very modern glasses. Oh, hey, look, a sheep.
This is unbelievable.
No, don't run away.
The prayer you just said?
This lamp, it seems to attract the glimmer drops.
In the past, people would collect glimmer drops to light up the road. Maybe it's some kind of guide.
Oh.
Let's try to collect more glimmer drops, then light up lights.
They're showing to me the 4-star outfit, which I already have. Okay, bug catching ability. That's why they did not allow me to get the sheep. I wanted to get the sheep, goddammit.
She'll hear us for sure. She's the divine envoy.
Yeah, the lamp is fully lit. Nikki, there are a lot of shadows gathering on the island up ahead. Let's go check it out.
Oh, Wishing One, may your light shine and your blessings endure.
This is so beautiful. I love when people get stuck in time long after their death doing ceremonies. I wish it would happen more often. Don't you wish to be stuck in one of your most desperate moments, repeating forever and ever and ever just because it looks so incredibly aesthetic to somebody else? I am so sure that I had all the teleporters. What? They put a new teleporter over there? Oh, don't tell me that's the dungeon entrance. That is one big-ass key.
Key? Is that the one Phoebe's ancestor lost in the lake centuries ago? If so, does that mean we can get into that cavern now?
Well, I mean, a giant snake would need a giant key, but
Can it even be used? It's so worn out.
how would the snake use a key?
When the sun trembles in the sky, look to the children and the flowers.
That's Alicia's voice.
Don't cry. Those of us who survived long not for tomorrow, only for each night. Light the bonfire. Let the knit moths dance. They fly toward me, as if in this world there is still light.
Long not for tomorrow, only for each night. Is that what Alicia from that era was trying to say?
According to Phoebe, She lived after the Veilfall, but before the Eight appeared. It's hard to imagine what that time must have been like.
I guess back then, right after the gods vanished, the dark ran rampant, and the natural disasters never stopped. Life was nothing like it is now here in Wishfield. Constantly losing their loved ones without warning, they were forced to leave everything they cherished. Praying often for the smallest of wishes, like just having a normal day. But the wishing one who once heard their prayers was long gone.
Threatened by Esslings each day? Too afraid to sleep because your house might collapse? That kind of life sounds utterly hopeless.
Build better houses, goddamn you!
In times like that, who even has the strength to dream of tomorrow? Holding on to that tiny flicker of light beside her. Fighting to stay alive. Maybe it was the only thing left that Alicia could do. And because of her, that faint light kept spreading, reaching more and more people. She held on to hope and it survived the dark, just long enough to keep on burning.
Alicia was incredible.
It's sad that she was killed by the serpent. Only a few fragments of sound and shadow remain. And so many questions. Momo, the Blue Tears gave us this key. Do you think it'll help us uncover more of the truth?
It's definitely possible. Isn't it like what Greg said in that lullaby? Blue tears, guarded years. How did it go?
Something about regrets.
Upstream I drift, soft and light, to yesterday's fading plight.
Wait, we still haven't figured out what her regret was.
Right. Like this key and the secrets whispered by the Blue Tears. It feels like we're missing something.
Nikki, it moved!
Momo, quick! Maybe if we follow the key, it'll lead us to more of the truth. Maybe we can help her.
Yeah, I'm with you all the way.
Nikki, that thing is long time. Whatever that is, that woman's long time dead. I don't think you can help people that have already passed that were having a bad time a long while ago. Can I look at the screeny? Look at all of you pretty people, and here I'm just cosplaying Dark Souls women. The only thing that I'm lacking is shoeless shoes. Come on, give me bare feet and some bonfires. It will be so perfect then. At least this one looks sad. Do we want to look sad with her? I am following a floating key. Nah, I've done enough sad for today. Let's continue following the floating key.
Things missing.
Yeah, probably
Moving again. Let's keep up.
probably the rest of the key, because all we got was the fragment. I am so used to games where you can actually like scale walls. But this one is quite forgiving when you're doing a jump. Ooh, another fragment.
Nikki, let's keep following it.
That key is so dead set on disassembling itself. Unless it was already disassembled and the fragments were there, but I would like to imagine that pieces are just falling off it as it flies because it's just that old and rusty.
But if we escape Wishfield, where else can we go? A wishing one, please show us the way.
Enough. The gods won't hear our prayers anymore. We need to run before the monsters catch up. Just run. Don't look back.
Was that guy balding?
Tell us, where are the monsters?
I'm concerned that her hair is not see-through, but his is.
Safe anymore. You outsiders, don't go any further into Wishfield.
Sith, this time, I know we'll save everyone.
A giant serpent! She must be a divine envoy of the Wishing One sent to protect us! The ground won't collapse anymore, and the Esslings won't devour us!
Divine Serpent, I offer you my loyalty. Please keep us safe. I want to live! I want to live!
The Wishing One's been gone too long. Driven to the edge by the dark. They need something to believe in. You see, even if that belief is built on a lie, it's still better than endless despair.
The divine envoy's hurt? Even the envoy is bleeding? I knew it! We're not gonna make it! This is the end!
What are those cursed Esslings? We keep killing them, but they keep coming. Why do we have to suffer like this?
Mommy, the divine envoy swallowed a whole bunch of Esslings, but she's still hurting. Why can't even she use her whim to make the pain go away?
Sith, how long have you kept your body in its serpent form? Since we arrived in Wishfield, have you rested even once? There has to be a way. I've almost deciphered the ancient scroll you gave me. If I can unlock its divine power, you'll finally be able to rest.
What? Why are there so many Esslings all of a sudden? Save us! Divine envoy, please save us!
Divine Envoy. What good is that name? Look at her, crying like she actually cares. She killed Alicia! She lied to all of us!
Imprison her! Imprison her!
Throw her in the cavern! She down!
Don't cry. Sith, don't cry. It's okay. Even if I turn to ash, my life burned brighter than any legend. Don't cry.
Strange. Why does Alicia's shadow always sound as if she's talking directly to us? As if we're someone else.
Someone else? Come to think of it, she kept repeating, like she was talking to Sith. Don't cry, Sith. Does she think we're Sith?
No way. They weren't really speaking to us. It's like they're just reliving something.
Like, their memories?
Right, their memories. And if it's Sith's memories, then it all makes sense. Everything we saw of Alicia, her travels, her return home, the chaos during the Mistvale War when the fanatic wishers stormed the ruins. But not once did we ever see Sith the Serpent.
Those shadows show two different time periods. Only someone like Sith could have lived for such a long time. Nikki, I think you're right. These shadows must be Sith's memories.
Oh, I hate when dead snakes are leaking their memories all over the world as blue ghosts.
So long ago. That's why most of them are so blurry. But Alicia's voice is always so clear.
It must be because Alicia meant the world to Sith.
That's right. They fought side by side, and they bravely protected this land together. The Divine Envoy, she only pretended to be it to give people hope. They were both wounded, always teetering on the edge of despair, but they never gave up.
So then, how did it all end up like that? They loved each other so much. Even in her final moments, Alicia never blamed Sith. And Sith, she was in so much pain.
Then, maybe this is their regret. A regret only the blue tears remember. But now the key is complete. We can head to the Serpentine Ruins. We can find out the truth. Why Sith killed Alicia.
It's been so long. Nikki, do you really think Sith is still there?
I don't know.
I don't think that we're looking for a live snake, Bobo!
Her memories still flood, and Alicia's voice still hasn't faded. I believe that whether she's still there or not, the cavern she built for everyone, the one that never collapsed, must hold the answers we're looking for. And if she's still there, we need to free her from that prison of water, from all her sorrow. In my heart, I believe that's what Alicia would have wanted.
Alright, let's go to the Serpentine Ruins and see.
Yay! Free diamonds! Oh god. Okay, that is a very short amount of story. I shouldn't be getting emotional over such a short amount of story. We're not gonna cry. We're not gonna cry over a serpent's love for a random lady during very desperate times. We're not gonna cry over the very sad music, and we're not gonna cry over 600 pounds that I have to spend on the new PC. We're not crying today. Let's proceed further into the I'm actually, oh god. Oh, this is a danger. That lake is so pretty. The ghosts are kind of pretty. Everyone's taking very sad photos. My dress is bioluminescent. I am shining in the moonlight. This blue is such a nice, spectacular shade. My makeup is so beautiful. You can barely see it glimmering underneath my eye tie that I put on. I feel like I definitely might want to correct this outfit to be sadder, and maybe also this outfit to be sadder. And like also maybe this outfit to be sadder, because now I have two really sad outfits that I kind of really like. But at the same time, maybe I should like keep them the same. But where I was going with this speech is that might be very pretty ruins, and I might get stuck in there taking pictures. So let's actually proceed. Content? Not shiny things. Come on me. Content, not shiny things. Also, no crying. Wishing one, please protect us. I hope our family can always stay safe in the shelter. My body has become like this, and now I can't build new houses for the children anymore. Your body has become like what? Oh my god, is that a dead snake? Was it you that was praying, Snakey? Why am I even collecting dues of inspiration as if I have somewhere to actually spend them? I mean, it's great if you're a new player and you still haven't completed Kilo, but I don't particularly need them. I do appreciate that trap. It's very interesting. I mean, it travels in a straight line at set intervals, but still. Oh, there's two, and they vary which one it shoots. Cool. Oh god. It's so musical as well. Okay, there's something really shiny up there. Oh, wait. That would be a save point. So let's go and grab it, and then we can backtrack it. Yes! Oh, wishing one. Could I have a floof doll? Mom would definitely fall asleep with one in her arms. I wish I still had mine. I know that that's not what the kid is asking for, but making dolls out of things is not necessarily too hard. I imagine if you're lacking fluffy material like wool, you can't necessarily make a floof doll, but you can even tie a bit of grass into something human-shaped, which can be a doll. I have nothing left to give, so please accept these useless blings as an offering. Oh, wishing one, I want to taste the cream on the cake again. I want to return to the days where we could still buy cakes on the street. Oh god, no. No crying. No crying. No need to think about apocalypse, where money is fucking useless because the civilization has collapsed. No need to think about that. No. We're good. We're good. We're very good right now. We're no sad thoughts. Only happy depression. Happy aesthetic depression. Nothing else. Also boxes. Those look very out of place. I have already read this one, but it was still dimly good. Wait a minute! Oh my god, that is a laptop! Oh no, no. Oh, I'm sorry, it's just paper in a folder that's folded in a weird shape. I was about to have theories about what Wishfield might have looked like before it completely collapsed. Oh no, oh, okay. Let's not get crushed by giant stones. Oh, the music design. Oh, it's creeping up now. Ooh, there's a gap over there, but what's in this direction? Oh, wishing one, please allow me and my family to reunite after this disaster. I hope they know that their youngest daughter, the envoy, isn't dead, just trapped in Wishfield. Okay, that one isn't the saddest I've seen sadder. Money being entirely useless has got to me. It doesn't help that politics right now are extremely unstable and the economy is in the shitter and a lot of bad things are happening all at once. And people don't want to think about bad case scenarios. And when you speak about civilization collapsing to a point that money is really pointless, that you can just burn it as an offering. Yeah, let's not think about that. Oh, the music is so good. Oh, it's shooting very nearby. This cave is huge. Oh god! I also kind of feel like direction is implied, but not given. Like, I see several stars. Which makes me want to go at least vaguely towards them. I don't suppose I can water walk. We'll see. It feels kind of cheaty if I can. Oh god! Let's not get crushed. Preferably. Found 1 star. Mind you, I don't feel like I need them all. But there might be extra benefits for collecting them, because sometimes it's like part of the event where you can like get extra outfits and nice stuff like that. Ooh, the music is doing a lot of S noises, the singers rather. Like you would with a snake. You can see another like star over there. Pretty sure that there was one in that direction. Hello, Wishing One. I want to learn how to defeat S-Lings. I often dream about them chasing me and driving me away from Mom and Dad. I don't want to have those dreams anymore. Learn some karate or something. How would you even, like, get there? Is it like through those stairs? With these two, I feel like you can just hop towards the distance and get it. I don't know how this feels on console, because on PC I feel like I'm often making corner hops. Can I even make it back up there? Stop harassing me. I'm trying to use this as an illegitimate platform. Yes, I can. Good to know. Because if I climb all the way up here, in theory, on the other side over there, there is a star. In practice, I have already forgotten its location. Fuck me! Can I... Yeah, it's there. Let's preferably not impale ourselves. I'm gonna say this much. Okay, 2. We got 2. Pretty sure that 3's in that direction. But I could be wrong. So let's just climb the snake. I feel like I'm coming to a haunted water dance or something. I see more shinies. Also, if at some point you can't grab Deuce, one thing that I found that helps me is just jump to your death. If they're above water, just make sure that you tag them before you fall into the water, and then you'll just respawn and everything will be just honky-dory. You have 5 health points, and in most dungeons they regenerate. So it's really not a problem. In some fights they do not, which makes it a bit more of a problem, but every week the game gives you free healing potions. And honestly, majority of them you end up not spending, so they just sit unused. I want the bling because I am poor. Thank you. That is a big climb. This is such a large place. Beloved Wishing One, I implore you to protect these books and manuscripts from being destroyed by war and drowned by floods. May the day come when people can sit and read again and our libraries won't just sit in ruins. I would love to know who am I dressed as well, because like I got the whole banner. Is this how the snake lady used to look like? Was it a snake lady? Was it just a snake? Don't just take out platforms. I am using them. Okay, I have a feeling that this is a speed thing. Yeah, they are singing about the serpent. Oh, I want that soundtrack. Upload the hissy serpent song to me, please. Info, put it on YouTube or something. Well, that would make it 3. Huzzah! I have a feeling that we missed a star. Wait, what? No. Really? We have not missed a single star. Look at us go. I am so engaged right now. What is this? What the fuck? Okay, so it's there. Can I just hop? Yeah, I can. I got all the stars. Wow. And I'm missing a couple of dudes, but I'll take it. This is a very big cavern. O Wishing One, please forgive Sith and me for usurping the name of the Divine Envoys. I only hope that everyone on this plane still has hope for life. I would sacrifice everything for this, even my own life. I don't give a shit if you call yourself God, if you actually do bring positive change to people. It must suck to be religious and feel guilt over that, though. Ooh, another booksy. Day 1, flying with the birds. Grandma lost another tooth today, but she still agreed to let me go. She said it was time I left Wishfield, just like when she followed a medical team across Mirrorland to join the fight. I told her I was setting off right away, and she didn't need to save any dinner for me. Mom looked like she wanted to say something, but instead she quietly packed my bag. It wasn't heavy, except for the jar of jam she slipped inside. I promised her I'd come right back home when the jar was empty. Yeah, right. Another happy day of sun. Today was the 9th time I got lost despite having a map. The 27th time I couldn't get a room because I didn't have any blinks. The 101st time I drove off a nestling. And the first time I let a child taste Mom's jam. The kid loved it. I told them, this is what my hometown tastes like. But they said, hometown tastes like freshly fallen wool fruit. Like the rustling of new leaves. Like soft fabrics against your skin. And skies filled with clouds. They weren't wrong. This notebook is almost completed, but my journey isn't. I gave the last bling in my pocket to someone who needed it more. I guess I'll have to figure out how to make my own paper tomorrow. Now that I think about it, it's been ages since I left home. I wonder how Grandma and Mom are doing. They probably still love sunbathing. One day when I finally return, I tell them every story from this journey, and I'll let them know how happy I am each and every day. If the birds no longer come, my jam ran out a long time ago. I've tried to recreate it so many times, but I can never get it to taste like Mom's. They say there have been earthquakes far away and rainstorms won't stop. The birds scattered, floodwaters broke the levees, and at night the children woke up crying. But I can't soothe them with jam anymore. I wish I learned more from Mom. A way to comfort people. Maybe it's time I admit it. A lot of the comfort I offer is really just lies I tell to make myself feel better. Don't cry, the disasters will pass. Don't cry. The gods haven't abandoned us. Don't cry. We found a way to drive out the S-Lings. But how many more lies do I have to tell just to make it to tomorrow? Perhaps an end, perhaps a beginning. The world needs lies to weave a thread toward tomorrow. And I will pay however much it costs. Sith, I don't regret it. I never have. Let's not cry. Let's not cry. It's why in some cultures hope is not seen as a good thing. Hope is seen as a bad thing because hope effectively is lying to yourself in order to be able to last until there is a tomorrow. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but also hope is blind. And she's effectively talking about giving people hope. Oh, that is a beautiful, beautiful snake.
Sith the serpent?
Nikki, why isn't she moving?
Because it's dead, Momo! Let's change it to practically the same dress, only in different color. Is that how the snake lady looked like? Because that is definitely not how Alicia looked like. Is that the snake's human form?
For you, Sith. See? This little blue flower looks a lot like the one we talked about. Huh. How does it grow here? The land is ruined, but these flowers still bloom. Hopefully one day, it can bloom far, far away.
Well, in that case, this place will look even more depressing! Don't move out the flowers, especially if they still are fine at living. Aw, that's so beautiful. They are not supposed to grow on rocks and water, but magic flower do magic flower thing.
Seth, I dreamt of crying. Back in my hometown. So many people were weeping. You want to go back with me? No, it's too dangerous. You're not afraid? I see. In a world like this, the scariest thing is just facing one more day. Then, let's go back to Wishfield together, Sith.
I do feel like the game is cock-teasing us a little bit. We don't have a way to actually fully connect with the past, to explore the surroundings, to see the people. All we have is an echo of what once was that doesn't fit into 20, 30, 40, 50 hours of like a proper expansion, but fits in like 2 to 3 hours of storytelling for a patch that only lasts 22 days.
Sith, you're still wounded. We need strength. More of it. You said it yourself. The Erosa Scepter. Just wait for me. I'll get it. The divine power.
Did you try to feed the Erosa Scepter to the snake? To fix the snake? Did your snake broke?
Power. I understand. It is so heavy. I'm no longer myself. Seth, is this the price? But I can't let go. Even if it destroys me, I must always, always protect.
I am very sorry for all the people that are not getting a new shiny this month and that it really tortures them, but I will say this dress is ultra sparkly. I know that this happens every single patch because they release top tier ultra sparkly clothing, but just the way that the light bounces off even the green version, I really appreciate it, and I'm wearing the blue version right now, but just like with my other 5-star outfits that I picked up previously, I will probably change over to a different version of it at some point, because I always do. This feels like a boss fight. Oh, okay, I was correct. This is a boss fight. I was like, I'm approaching an arena. So if you get the Wishing Erosa Scepter, are you attracting the Eslings or are you spawning the Eslings? Like, is she making them or are they there because she has the scepter? Considering her arm movements, I'm gonna assume she is making them. I don't actually need to see my screen to fight, mate.
Our friends.
This is weird.
Friends. Look. Those flowers. Flowers. Where are they? Tomorrow, let's go home. Sith, back to Wishfield.
Oh god, it's like they're trying to preserve the memory and I'm failing this mini game absolutely miserably, but I think that is the point. If somebody is managing to succeed at all of this, please tell me how. Okay?
Don't be scared.
Wrong clicks do not register. Just spam WASD at the same time.
Don't cry. For me.
The Divine Envoy!
That wicked serpent killed Alicia!
She was a liar!
So, wait, she got the scepter,
Did you hear? A new stone tablet.
and it possessed her,
Dexter is here.
and she was producing a lot of S-lings, and the snake lady had to put her down?
The eight are teaching about harnessing wind.
This is great. Now we can become stylists and fight the dark together!
Alicia? She died 2 months ago.
Such a shame. She was amazing. If she was still alive, she might have become one of the eight.
Don't cry, Sith. Alicia guided us to you. I believe she would have wanted to tell you this herself. Don't cry, Sith. When the sun trembles in the sky, look to the children and the flowers. Those of us who survived long not for tomorrow, only for each night. Light the bonfire. Let the nitmoths dance. They fly toward me, as if in this world there is still light. Don't cry. Don't remember me for this moment. Before my death, I truly lived.
It's so nice that we're reciting this to a serpent ghost, but at the same time, whose outfit the fuck am I wearing? Ah, pretty sure that is the snake. And I'm pretty sure that Alicia lived in really plain clothes. I think we did the whole outfit for the sake of drama like Nikki normally does.
Don't cry, Sith. Even if I turn to ash, my life burned brighter than any legend.
But she'll never know! Only 2 months. 2 months! And she would have become one of the eight. Her name would have been known by everyone! It's been centuries. I gave up my body and let my soul wander endlessly in the 20 years we shared. I kept asking myself where it all went wrong.
Sith,
Would you like to return to the parked snake body that's partly petrified? Can I have a giant snake friend in Wishfield just kinda sitting there on the grass? That would be pretty cool.
In the end, I finally understood. From the moment she fell into the canyon and met me, the serpent's friend, that kind romancer, the voice of the divine envoy. It was my presence that erased her name. My presence that pushed her down that path. If she'd never met me, if I hadn't given her that scroll of divine power, she never would have.
no, Sith. She never regretted even a single choice she made.
She didn't know in just 2 more months.
Even if she had known she'd likely become one of the eight, she still would have chosen to use that divine power. Because she wanted to save people. Do you remember Alicia's dream? The one she used to talk about all the time. The hope that kept her going, night after night.
To make the world's pain less.
Because she knew. Throughout most of history, no savior existed. Before a true savior arrives, her, you, and all the ordinary souls out there, we're all we have. Only if we don't give up will we survive long enough to see the light. So, When she lifted the Arosa scepter, she knew the price she had to pay.
But the price... it was too much. She deserved such a better ending.
But Sith, history is full of tragedies like this. Those who come later always wonder, what if that person had made a different choice? Could they have had a better life? But I think Alicia would say, that's just a what if. Real life only exists in the present.
I don't understand how Nikki can just sit there and like say all of that blabbity blab when I would just be sitting in front of the snake bawling my eyes out. But then again, it doesn't help that I have a full orchestra playing in my brain, and they don't. So you just are having a hysterical snake ghost.
In the pain of the present, in the darkness, she couldn't ignore it. No one knows if the future will be brighter or worse. No matter what the future held, she'd made her choice, the kind of person she was. She didn't live for grand legacies. She only lived for life itself.
For life itself.
Yes. Every second of her life burned bright. For herself, for others.
My nose
for
is
everyone
running.
she
I
held
hate
dear.
this.
Even if she could do it 1,000 more times, Alicia wouldn't change a thing. While she was alive, she gave it her all. She lived true to herself. And to her, that was enough.
That was enough. So many years have passed. Is the land she protected? Is Wishfield still okay?
Wanna go back into your long dead stone body and see for yourself? I don't know how snake necromancy works.
It's great. Kingdoms and towns rose again, and stylists skilled in Wimancy joined forces, creating the Stylist Guild to fight off the monsters. The dark was driven back into the abyss. Wishfield found peace once more, and Florawish was rebuilt. Breezy Meadow is now the perfect spot for picnics, biking, games, and spending time with loved ones.
It sounds wonderful. I wish Alicia could have seen it with her own eyes.
I wish I can pat a giant ghost snake.
She loved trying new things, and she'd get all flustered if she ever lost. If only she were still here.
She is still here. Maybe the grand tales of history forgot Alicia, but someone remembers. Someone you once saved. Their descendant became a ranger. She traveled all this way just to find you, and to uncover your story. And now I'll remember it too. I'll tell as many people as I can that, even in the darkest of times, there was still starlight shining down upon us.
Stories are lost in time.
How can you be dead, ghost, and still cry? Don't do that. No. We freed the giant snake ghost.
Bye. Sith. Thank you, Alicia.
Okay, let's go and close this up with characters that were entirely not involved in this practically at all.
Where are you? I couldn't find you anywhere.
Sorry, was experiencing a very emotional dead ghost realm.
Momo, when I came out, I think I brought something with me. Here.
Can I use it as decoration in the housing update that we still don't have?
That looks like Deanna's scale bracelet.
I can't believe it. It actually floated here with the current. Sith must have seen it. This bracelet once witnessed her and Alicia's dreams. It's crossed thousands of years and countless miles, passed from hand to hand by those who were helped, and chose to help others in turn. Kindness passed on over and over, until at last it made its way back to Wishfield, to see Alicia's old friend one last time.
Now, Sith is finally free. Thankfully, you were here, Nikki. Otherwise, no one would have heard her pain.
Yeah. We crossed time and space, and heard the grief that echoed through it. We never stopped searching for the voice that called out to us. And in the end, we found Sith.
And now we can spread a really depressing story further in case anyone needs a good cry.
Don't cry, Momo. The blue tears already carried away their sorrow. No more endlessly shedding blue tears. No more pain or regret of her best friend's death on her hands. Only this bracelet, and the love that never faded, remains. It's time to go. Let's return this bracelet to Deanna.
I am so proud that the outfit that I made is looking like just as good as the outfit that was in the cutscene. Well, I made it out of the outfit that was in the cutscene. I'm gonna take any further photos later, not right now. Come on, me. Let's focus on just closing the story down. I may as well just share my thoughts about the story while we run there and about the update as a whole. I haven't seen all the side thingies yet. So like, fun to play! Then those are normally like side quests. May as well get login gifts. There's another outfit, by the way, and it is absolutely beautiful. See, this thing you can collect for free. It's very pretty. I highly appreciate it. Anyway, it's hard to quantify. On one hand, it is a bit of a festival, but honestly, at the very least, not as festival-y as other festivals. Like, I feel like we had the side story rather than the festival itself, because otherwise we would have just been staring at people crying at a river, which doesn't really seem like a very fun thing to do. Still, I wish that they dropped the requirement of festivals for anything to happen in Wishfield. Things can happen without it being a festival. People can cry at rivers without it being a huge communal event. That is entirely a possibility and entirely a thing that they can do. I am so glad that Infold is no longer dividing the story where it used to be that... I still remember in 1.3, the story was about Philomena's castle, and it was a pretty short one. But you logged on, and you got, like, the first 30 minutes of it in, like, the first week, and, like, the rest, like, the dungeon, in the second week. I am so glad that they're no longer doing that. It feels a lot better to just, like, play these kind of things in one singular go. So, that is a plus. This is so much more of a nice vibe to me compared to the Children's Day. The Children's Day's vibes were entirely off. I gave it a 6, I think, because I was being generous. But this is still a bit quirky. Especially the random frog that we had at the beginning. But Infinity Nikki has always been a bit quirky, so this doesn't feel out of place. And it's nice to play something that doesn't feel out of place. The story in itself is really enjoyable. I say it's worth to log in for like 2 to 3 hours that it takes you to finish it. Obviously, the game is over monetized to all hell and back. You can see this from the fact that I purchased like a whole £10 outfit, and then I also purchased like £2 makeup, but I still had seller rights saved up from long time ago, and now the consequence is that I will simply not have them for future use. That being said, I do believe that I'm gonna have a lot of use out of things like the blindfold, things like the sad crying makeup and such things, the same way that I'm having a lot of use out of the... I think it was Lady of the Lake. I forget what the set was called, but it was like a fish-themed set that had this veil.
Momo, be careful.
And it was a 4-star that you can pull.
I'm not worried at all.
So I feel like the items that I got this month, I'm gonna get a lot of use out of. And I know that I'm gonna be skipping plenty of items in the future because of it. And people that don't get to get this set because they're saving their pulls for future items, they're gonna have those future items while I won't. I'll just have patches of waiting because that is how these things go. So it is fine with me because I am used to it, but I do feel sorry for people that get eaten by FOMO, especially when I'm wearing this new outfit throughout this whole video. It might just not be, I don't know, the most fun thing if you just can't have it. But remember, in the last video, I just made an outfit that made me feel good for the patch and was running around with it instead.
They're still not out yet. Should we go in and check on them?
Who, me?
If you're really that worried, we'll face it together. Oh, just keep an eye on the ground for me. There might still be some old records.
Don't worry, we're back.
Did you guys really not notice me standing this close to you?
We even found your scale bracelet, Deanna.
At the Serpentine Ruins?
What in the world? I can't believe the ranger I looked up to, my guiding star, wound up like that.
Isn't that a good thing? Like, she died trying to help everybody, even if she lost control of herself in the end?
I've read nearly every historical text about Wishfield. Not a single one mentions their names. Sith and Alicia.
Just in case Nikki is going insane and hallucinating all of this, you're now gonna be writing down hallucinations, but that's fine.
Ghosts of history. It's a story long buried in the ashes of time.
The truth of history is often cruel. There's always regret. A cold, unfeeling balance. A life heavy and meaningful to you on one side. On the other, just a few scraps of worthless paper.
But it actually does matter, doesn't it? They mattered. To me, to my ancestors, to the survivors of the apocalypse. Just like Nikki said, history may forget about them, but I won't. Alicia, she may not have become one of the 8, but in my heart, she's the greatest legend. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you for helping me hear their story. And thank you for making me more sure than ever of my dream. I'll journey to faraway lands, helping all those who need it. And wherever I go, I'll pass on the story of Alicia and Sith. I'll also pass on your tale, the story of one remarkable stylist.
Okay, and I hope someday someone will tell me the tale of a wandering ranger named Deanna.
And me. I want to thank you too, Nikki. I was chasing the ghosts of my family's past. I've always been drawn to the stories of forgotten people in history, because I believed there had to be something bright about them.
Imagine being this guy that's just walking backwards and forwards while this conversation's happening.
Now, I think I see history differently.
You mean, as a historian, it's your responsibility to record it all truthfully.
And here he goes back.
That and more. There's also the history that lies outside of history.
Pretends that he's not listening.
The foolish, the failed, and one person's story.
Right. Not every forgotten person gets a grand tale. Most are just droplets in the river of time. But it's those droplets that form the river that pushes history forward.
Yeah, that's how time works.
So, I want to record them. Capture the texture and light of each droplet, and give the souls back to these ghosts of history. Nikki, I will formally submit an application to the Flora-Wish Stylists Guild. I want to write a true account of history, including my own ancestor, the so-called fanatic wisher. And of course, Alicia and Sith. When that time comes, will you help me write their story? I want the world to remember who they truly were.
Yes.
No problem. I want to write it too. I'd like to write about their fury against the monsters, their trust in each other, their courage, but also the quiet moments sitting around a fire, gazing at the little blue flowers, dreaming of happiness, and the sorrowful blue tears. I'll end it on the most
Here comes the
important
guy again. Here he goes.
Sith and Alicia remain friends forever.
Go and stand in your corner. Oh, we can go and talk to... I feel like this is gonna be a side quest, and it does look like a side quest, but we can go and talk to them about the published book. Okay. I was gonna stop, but yeah, this feels a bit... I don't know, it wrapped up, but it feels unfinished. Like, something is missing, so a bit more meandering or chatting about might help. I should prioritize organizing the records of the shadows to avoid missing any details. I'll revisit the ruins tomorrow for a thorough inspection and plan some on-site trips as well. I have a feeling that putting everything together will lead to new discoveries. Wow, you've really been able to accomplish so much in such little time. Only careful planning and solid research can bring history to life. Plus, I really want to publish this book soon so people can learn the story. You're so professional. Speaking of publishing, I was hoping to ask you for some advice. Writing Alicia and Sith's story should be the easy part. It's the publishing side that got me completely stumped. It's not a complicated process. Since the history involves stylists, we need to submit an application to the Stylist Guild. But to formally publish it, you also need approval from the Flourish government. Once the application is approved, you'll probably need to revise the manuscript a few times. Is the mayor that we know enough, or does it need to go somewhere higher? Then there's designing the cover, preparing print samples, and of course promotion is important too. Sounds very complicated. It sounds complicated, and when you really think about it, yeah, it's still really complicated. Nikki, are you sure we can handle this? Don't worry, you two, just focus on the writing. I'll take care of everything else. If all goes well, the book could be published by this time next year. Oh, even if we rush, we still have to wait until next year? That's kind of a bummer. I was thinking that if we could share Alicia and Sith's story before the blue tears disappear, people might better understand the meaning behind them carrying away their sorrows. You're right, now that Sith has finally let go of her centuries-old regret, there's no better time than the present. I got it, Miss Phoebe. Why don't we start by hosting a storytelling event? A storytelling event isn't so complicated. The script can act as the first draft of the manuscript, and the audience's reaction will be the best kind of feedback. That's a great idea. History isn't just words written in books. Stories passed down by word of mouth are also a way to carry it forward. We just need to find the perfect avenue and do a good job promoting it to grab everyone's attention. I'll check with Dada about the venue. Once it's confirmed, we can start getting everything else ready. We'll put on the best storytelling event ever, all for Alicia and Sith. Yeah, we actually do need to check with Dada. Will I get to see this? Because normally these kind of things just, end. Like, side quests or something where you do, like, a tiny bit of talking. And then it's like, oh, yep, okay, that's organized. Bye-bye. Go home. Do your thing. Eat your pink diamonds. Stuff blings down your gullet. Put threads up your ass. Okay. At the very least, this like little intermission made me feel a bit better. It's nice to close down not on like the most emotional moment, but on bureaucracy, I guess. Nikki, welcome back to Flourish Silas Guild. How can I help you? I need to make a storytelling event. Now there's something I want to ask you. I want to host a storytelling event here in Flourish. Wow, I never imagined Wishfield had such a past. If only we found the stone tablets earlier, maybe Alicia would have become as revered as the Eight. Fate can be cruel sometimes. At the very least, Alicia never regretted her choice. She sought power only so she could save lives. You're right, aside from the Eight, there must have been so many other heroes in history just like Alicia and Sith. It's thanks to their sacrifices that disasters were averted, hope was restored, and Wishfield can enjoy the peace and happiness it knows today. Thankfully, you were able to hear the voices of the shadows. Thankfully, you hear voices, Nikki. Now their stories can be told again and again and never be forgotten. It all came down to a bit of a chance, really. I'm just glad to have learned of their story. It feels like meeting two friends from long time ago. Anyway, don't worry. Whether it's the storytelling event or publishing a book, you'll have my full support. What you're doing is very meaningful. I was thinking we could hold the storytelling event at the plaza in front of the Silings Guild. It kind of feels like just a street, but okay. It's spacious and people often gather there to share styling tips. It's perfect spot. That's perfect, Dada. Don't mention it. I've got plenty of time lately, so I can help with decorating the venue. Wait, now that I think about it, might have used up all the decorations last time I helped with a party. Sorry to bother you, Nikki, but could you gather me 3 starlit plums? Of course, after all, the storytelling event was my idea. How are you gonna decorate the whole place with 3 styles? With 3 plums? But here you go. That's enough. Leave the decorating to me. I'll make sure the venue looks perfect for the storytelling event. By the way, you'll need to handle the promotion next, right? I've got the perfect person in mind. Her posters are so good, 9 out of 10 people who see them will want to come to the event. Someone this talented in Flourish? Flourish is full of talented people, and Mana is one of the best. You can definitely count on her to help promote the storytelling event. If you're backing her, she must be good. I'll go talk to her now. Do you know where she usually hangs out? Keeps a close eye on the town events. You can find her near the animated poster. You'll have an animated poster? I should get back on settling up the venue. See you soon, Nikki. We're getting really in-depth. Do I get a cutscene to end this? Or am I just gonna be like pushed out like, thank you for helping, bye-bye? God damn it, there's so many ghosts everywhere. You look You're young, but you also look so ordinary. Should I play that box game? I already hit the high score. I wonder when they will add new levels. Maybe I should just go for a ride through the meadows instead. Then again, I'm not really in the mood today. I didn't even know playing could be this complicated. It's not complicated, it's called thinking things through. When to play, where to go, how to have fun, there's a whole strategy to it. But to be completely honest, thinking about all of this is kind of fun for me too. As long as I'm not working, everything feels fun. Mana, do you mind if we take a bit of your time? I've got work for you to do. There's actually something we would like your help with. Is that so? Gone then. Who knows? I just might be interested. What a touching story. I've decided then I'll take this project. I'll be more than happy to create a poster in honor of Alicia and Sith. Awesome. I thought you would find it too much trouble and just want to go to play instead. Although I do love to play, I also enjoy sharing fun things with others. You two are the same way, right? I mean, with all the work involved in putting this event together, it wouldn't be worth it if it wasn't to share something special. I suppose sharing isn't the wrong way to put it. When I first discovered the truth about the Serpentine ruins, my immediate reaction was to tell more people about it. But the more I thought about it, the more I felt there was something deeper. I want Alicia and Sith to never be forgotten. I hope their story will still be told years from now, inspiring people. Just like Diana, ripples in history will create new waves and legends will give birth to new legends. Well said. After hearing all that, I think I've got a good idea for the poster. I'm just one little step shy from being fully inspired, though. I would like you to express what you just said again through styling with the theme Legends Reborn. I want to see what the game gives for this outfit. 24,000 is normally nowhere enough. But because it is a story thing, even the lowest amount of score is enough. And I don't want to be put in a completely ridiculous outfit, so yeah, we can do it with this. That's one of the benefits about being in the endgame. You don't need to change your clothes in order to beat styling battles. What an amazing styling showcase! I'm bursting with inspiration. I have a feeling this poster will be my best design yet. And I'll leave you to it, Mana. I believe it will help us bring in a great crowd. Don't mention it, however. If you really want the story to move more people, you'll need to spend some good time practicing your storytelling. You're absolutely right. To keep Alicia and Sith's story alive, I'll give this event my absolute best. Okay, now we get to host a storytelling event. Thankfully, it wasn't like infinite footwork. Thank you for coming to today's Blue Tier storytelling event. That is not a big crowd, that's like 5 people. Today's story may not be a happy one, it's filled with sorrow and regret, but I hope each of you will come to love it. There is literally no decorations here. We repeat the sad poem. Then the lake's bright waters flickered and gleamed, the shadows whispered of a long-lost dream. Time turned back its steady, ticking hand and brought us back to that far-off land. The brave ranger Alicia roamed far and wide, reaching out to those who had cried. By chance she met Sith, the gentle snake, a friendship strong they vowed to make. Together they journeyed, hearts entwined, 2 kindred souls, fate ties enlined. But sorrow came with heavy cost when Alicia's life was sadly lost. Okay, now did Nikki actually tell them about their adventures, or did she do this poetic rhyme about nothing the whole time? Sith's blue tears flowed without end, centuries passed before they could mend. A friend's longing wiped these tears away, bringing peace to her heart one day. Then again, I suppose it's the old-timey style of doing storytelling. Storytelling must rhyme. At last Sith knew the truth was clear. Alicia lived without regret or fear. She lived her life so bold and true, and now Sith's heart could bid adieu. Blue tears, the gentle stream takes away all fears. Stay with me, toward tomorrow, where the hearts are free. From this day forth, no more misunderstood. Their truth and legend spread through the wood. Ranger Alicia and Serpent Sith, forever friends, their bond is myth. That was such a beautiful story, I loved it, said one of my 5 audience members. I loved it too, thank you so much, Miss Nikki, said the 5-year-old audience member of like exactly 5 people. I think there's like 2 more in the background, maybe. That was such a beautiful story, even though I've heard it before, it still brings tears to my eyes. So that's how Blue Tears came to be. I'm really glad Nikki uncovered the truth. Someday I'll share the story with Ronya too. Nikki, please take this. It's a small token of my gratitude. The Forgotten Droplet, Blue Tears edition. Wait, I thought publishing usually takes forever. How did you finish this so fast? This is just a rough sample I made using your script from the event. It's my way of thanking you for revealing the truth about the Blue Tears to Wishfield. It's still rough, hope you don't mind. I would store it in my house if I had one. Of course I don't mind. I'm really touched to get this from you, Phoebe. But would you be okay with me keeping it here in Floorwish? Rather than keeping it to myself, I would love to others to read Alicia and Sith's story behind the book before the book officially comes out. The book is yours, Nikki. You can do with it whatever you like. And if we really want history to live on, then yes, it should be shared. I wholeheartedly support your idea. Thank you, Miss Phoebe. I hope that Wishfield will always remember their story. Okay, now it feels finished. Now we can actually finish here. Like, the side quests that I can do continue going because Momo just prompted me for one, but I feel like I can stop here. Like, we had a good patch. So, overall, I would say this would be an 8 out of 10 patch, but if we take this to be a small filler patch, that could be a 9 out of 10. It's a very good atmosphere. I enjoyed the dungeon. The music is great in it. The writing's really nice. It obviously doesn't progress the main story. But as side content, it is enjoyable. I don't think I enjoyed 1.6 all that much. This patch only runs for 22 days. So it feels like very light content, but also it only needs to cover 3 weeks. So there doesn't need to be a lot of it. If you want to come back as like a free-to-play player and FOMO doesn't like torture you, I think that is important, then I would say you can fire the game back up just for this patch because it is an enjoyable small story. It feels closer to what like 1.3 was. 1.2 was bigger. 1.1 was also this kind of meandering little story, if I remember correctly, or was that side content for 1.2? I suppose 1.1 was like the whole Silvergale area, but that's a harder one to judge because technically the story content in 1.1 was very light. It's just that the outfit that you got out of it was very, very grindy. So yeah, this feels better than 1.4, it feels better than 1.6. And it's not a disaster like 1.5, I would say it is worth playing. So I am sorry that this video is gonna be disproportionately long. I often feel like I felt like sharing more about the story that was playing out in front of me than I thought I would. But it was good, it was enjoyable, and that little side quest just allowed my heart a little bit of chill, so we take ourselves out of depression mode, and we go back to real life. Well, I'm used to gachas doing very sad stories, so this feels very on point. I enjoyed it. So that is my verdict. I enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. I have a tiny video made about info that concerns lads more than it does Infinity Nikki, but it kinda concerns how they see players of Infinity Nikki. That will likely be releasing before the next patch. There's always some news coming out. I feel like I might do one video on combined news, but I am kind of afraid to do it because if I end up streaming, we have 3 weeks for this patch. So if I end up streaming on 2 of those weeks, it's gonna be Infinity Nikki content back to back to back to back, and I don't really want to do nothing but Infinity Nikki content and Oblivion streams. So I'm just gonna say we're gonna see about that, and hopefully the next patch will be longer. I imagine it will be. I imagine this is only 22 days, mainly because they extended 1.5 longer than it should have been. So now they're minusing that duration of this patch. But either way, look forward to that, and also look forward to me also being there for the next patch, because for as long as this game releases patches, this is what I'm gonna do, including at one point doing a full let's play of the full story of the game on my alt account that I started in 1.5. The alt account has practically nothing, and we will ignore almost all pulling on it altogether. I might go for the permanent banner later on, depending if we need it for story missions, but we will practically be playing it like the store and like all of that gacha mechanics do not exist, just so that people can watch it and not like get fear of missing out, get itchy fingers to spend some money themselves. I don't want to be encouraging that, especially from a company that has lost as much trust as Infold did, but I see no harm in just playing this game. So if you enjoyed watching this patch, I would say go and play yourself. It's not a bad one. I liked it. It had the feel of Infinity Nikki, and not all patches did. So then, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for my Patreon supporters that help me to pay for gaming. And I hope that I'm gonna see you in my other videos. Hopefully this wasn't too bad considering that there's a lot of chaos and I'm in between computers. But anyway, toodaloo for now. Bye-bye.